they are running away from war. Let's accept that these people are running away from war, from their country where maybe there is war. Now, they've come to Ghana. What the Ghana government has to do is to keep them in a safe place or alert the United Nations for refugees. Their children are going to be in our schools, they are going to be in our banking system, they are going to be in our educational system, the medical and others, and they are going to rub shoulders with the ordinary Ghanaians. And so we know our people, how corrupt the system is. If we don't take care, now we're going to have a doctor, let's say at Tema General Hospital, and the medical official there is going to be a Fulani person. And so you Ghanaian, you go there, and then a Fulani woman or a Fulani guy comes there, and they make sure that the equipments that are available, they give it to the Fulani, and you, the Ghanaian, be on the floor.
Yeah, hello guys, welcome back to Online, welcome back to the Apex Talking Point, welcome back to ACG News. And today is another beautiful day, and today we have a couple of issues as usual to handle, and I'm going to be doing this with, my senior brother, Mr. Santi. And I know you guys are already familiar with him because he's very, punctual on this platform. So, Mr. Santi, please, any words to the viewers before we start the whole program?
Okay, Opani Rash, thank you for having me on your program, and I wish all your listeners, I send my goodwill to all your listeners. Today, I would like to intersperse my language, the English language, with T or Chi with the English language, so that a lot of people will understand what we're going to discuss. So if that would be okay for you, then we can start.
Yeah, no problems. So we can mix it up with some G, the local dialect, and the English language. So other African countries or foreigners watching will also understand what we are talking about. And by the way, if you are watching and as usual you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If this is your first time, welcome to Apex Talking Points. Welcome. Please subscribe to the channel, like, share the video, and please, your thoughts are very important to us. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Please do that, and we'll be so grateful. Yeah. So, Mr. Santi.
Hello.
I would like to pick reactions on the video that's going on, which has to do with this. I don't know whether they are Fulanis, but like these beggars on the streets of Accra. Whoever you have in mind who thinks should be the first to be blamed with regards to this issue that keeps going on, which Ghanaians have complained about bitterly for several years now, but it seems like no one is giving a listening here to it. So I'm going to play the video so we analyze and give your submission on it.
Okay.
Ghana ni bia won sabeka video bombo na share video yi mami. Share video yi mami. Empenifo bi bo bi se ensem kese ebesi am franka nsi so. Enkrofo woyi a o maje Ghana afa no. Ye bisa Ghana ban se So mo ba o man mu a Ghana ba ne ya aware na ye immigration service nkrofo we ye bisa se hemfa na omo fa wuro o man mu omo dwumadie ni sen nkrofo yi ya doso e wo man mu obeba no omo tete street ye corners corner na omo te me pa acho Ghana fo asole e bisa Ghana mpenifo se san nkrofo yi omo firi he e na eba ha Medina omo wo ho circle omo wo ho hemfa na omo ni Kumasi baby bia obekọ Ghana ha omo agibe bia afa omo mpenifo no tetete ho street baako so wobetimi ehu beye ye fe ne se unhu kura be 10 kona bia na omo hyehye ho omo mma no etete monte etete street no so nkwala no enam ho omo sresre won omo mma ne nie na asem a ye ka no da achi asem na ye ka nkola yi betina kurom ha anyin kurom ha adane kurom ha mpenifo da achi bi ye koye Ghana card obegi Ghana card obeko school kurom ha oko school kurom ha yuepe obeka se obeko police obeko immigration obeye ye fene sen officer obeye part of the authorities dachi e de asembeba dachi e de asembeba dachi e de asembeba Ghana mpenifo Ghana ban yesere mu Ghana fo se monsole na munye bibi sankrofo woyi me pa acho Ghana ni bia ne nsa beka video nhye video yi mame okoye street so mo agi bebi afa nti agenda ben ene wo mutirimu asema da bia mi bisa ne se bebi omu free ba no ede na pam omo wo ho ede na pam omo ede na pam omo omo ye ede wo ho ade ntiro omu free ho e ba ha omo ba ha kwan ben so no omo fa so gura mu ha me pa to immigration service ne ya we me pa to Ghana ban ya we na se omo ba ha dwumade be na omu di ede na omo ba be add to the Ghana economy enkrofo we Ghana mpenifo mu nhwemu yo ye de ye ka so ye de ye ka o da chinti na ye ka da chi asem na ye ka ye mpe bibi anye sesi a na nkrofo we ya nhwemu yie a da chi wanhwe a Ghana fo ye bedi ye doko no kwa na aka echiri ya nhwe ye bedi ye doko no kwa na aka echiri won saka video ya bombonde na she video yi mame na video she ko Ghana authorities immigration service police service minister of foreign affairs ye bisa se nkrofo we kwan papa so no mo fa so wuro man mu omo ba dwumadie be na omu didi abo man Ghana me pa cho Ghana mpenifo mon sole yo ya kasa wie
yeah
Okay. Well,
so
let's be.
I
Okay.
hope you heard what he was complaining about. To me, his concerns are very legit. So, Mr. Santi, I don't know, who would you blame? Would you blame the police, the Ghana police, the Ghana immigration, the interior minister, the foreign minister, the president, or who are you going to blame if I should ask?
Well, I think blaming is not the right thing to say now, but let's analyze the whole thing, in the sense that Ghanaians were deceived by the government in the first place, like those who were on the streets when this NDC government took over. Those who were on the streets, the government told Ghanaians that they were going to send them back to where they came from. I think you remember it. So we saw buses on the street, especially Abosokan area there.
Yeah, very well.
Bechebilamte circle, now the interchange there, where some of them were picked up, and then people were jubilating. Personally, I was laughing in my head. I was laughing because it was a trick. They did not send them to anywhere. They were in the country. Why do I know that? Yes. Why do I know that? Yeah. When we go back to the late 70s and the early 80s, I was a student in Accra. First at the Ghanaian German Training Center, and then at the Polytechnic later. We saw a lot of Chadians who were in the country. I don't know whether you were born at that time. Late 70s and early.
Yeah, No, 70s.
You were not born. I see.
No.
We saw a lot of Chadians and Ethiopians who came to Ghana. Now, what they did was to take them to some places and then teach them 2 or 3 Ghanaian languages, Ga, Twi, and then Ewe, Mipacho, Mamisika. And so, after they have taught them this language, they released them to the streets and they started begging. And this is exactly what the government did. People were jubilating that, oh, now they are gone, they thank the government and that kind of thing. I was laughing in my head. They were deceiving them. We are always deceived. And what actually breaks my heart is we don't see through the picture, through the wall, that this is what the government is doing to us as citizens. And so I'm not surprised that they are back. Now, whether they are Fulanese or they are Malians or they are Chadians or wherever, they are from West Africa, the West African sub-region, Mauritanians and other things. In the first place, Ghana, we have a law against begging that we can't. People cannot beg. Ordinary Ghanaians are not allowed to beg, and so if ordinary Ghanaians are not allowed to beg, why accept in so many people on our streets and allow them to beg? So does it mean that you are favoring them or you are encouraging them to live in illegality? And then the second point is what my brother was saying. These people, they come there, they come into the country. We don't know their identity. We don't know why they are in the country. They are just roaming about. Who knows whether some of these people are jihadists or some of these people are these Boko Haram men who are being chased from like Nigeria or northern part of Niger and other areas, and they found their way here. You see, they will come here, they will regroup, and then cause problems for us. And so I don't understand why the government should allow such to go.
I'm not cutting you, but there was some time ago in Nigeria, some of these guys were picked up by the Nigerian police. Though they were sitting by the roadside begging and all that. Could you believe they were secretly selling arms to people who comes to buy, who wants to buy arms, like firearms, that's guns and stuff. Not knowing that was the secret business they were doing and just covering up with the begging.
Oh yeah,
and they were arrested in Nigeria.
If you leave people on their own, they are going to do whatever they want to do. You see it. And so, even if they are not selling arms, they can sell drugs to people.
Yeah,
that is a way that some people can send them to the country to do. And they will collect their commissions from them, or they who are doing that will pay them their commissions. And so why allow people to be on the streets begging? I don't understand. Now, here in Europe, when refugees come in, they don't release them on the street like that. Even let's say that, well, they are running away from war. Let's accept that these people are running away from war, from their country where maybe there is war. Now, they've come to Ghana. What the Ghana government has to do is to keep them in a safe place or alert the United Nations for Refugees, the organization, and then the Red Cross, the International Red Cross, and then they have this French organization they call Medicine Center Frontier. That is medical officers without frontiers. They go all the places. So when you alert such organizations, they will quickly come in and then support the government. They will bring in tents, they will bring in medicine, they will bring in foodstuffs, and they will bring in a whole lot of things. You know, there are even women and children among them. And so, you know, when women they have their this sort of cycle and all that, so they will bring them materials to support them. Now, I just don't know who is doing the thinking and then the decision making. Who is doing the decision making for the government and who is doing the thinking? These people just come in and you say everybody should come and you just leave them on the streets without any proper plan. And so what are we doing? Are we destroying ourselves as a people? We are not even helping the people who are on the street begging. We are not helping them because one, the United Nations law, that is when we take the educational side, it says that a school-going child, wherever that child finds itself, even if it's for 1 month or 2 months or 6 months, that child must be in school, should go into school. And so are we following the law?
Yeah, exactly.
We are not doing it. And so Ghana is like, we have no authority in the country. We are acting as if we have no authority in the country. It's just open for everybody to come in, do whatever that person likes, and then goes away. And then secondly, I will also talk
no clear leadership.
No clear leadership. We have lost our compass. The leadership compass is not there. And then the citizens, when it comes to the citizens ourselves, what are we doing as Ghanaians? I do get offended when I hear people begging for the right thing to be done. Oh, yeah, pa buying a chow. Oh, yeah, you bunko to do pa buying a chow. No, be a bunko to do. This is not done anywhere. You are asking the government to do what is you are asking the government to do what is expected of him. He's not doing what is expected of him, and you are begging. You are panic for what? This is what I don't. I mean, it's animal way I'm in here. Begging the government to do the right thing for you. It is your right to demand the government to be on its toes, to demand the government to do what is right. Why beg him? Why beg? I don't understand our people. Why beg? Why? I don't know. And so the government is
so in this case, who would you put the blame on? The police?
The blame is on the government because the blame
Interior Ministry, the Foreign Affairs Minister, Immigration.
Like the other day, what we said, okay, let's say that they are doing their best, but their best is not the best that we expect them to do. They are biting more than what they can chew. Ghana, we don't have adequate resources to manage these emergencies. And so why allow such influx of people to come in? We don't have resources. Germany is about the fourth or fifth economy in the world. And if they will not do such a thing, why should a poor country like Ghana do such a thing? I don't understand. Even US, they don't. The US will not allow people to come in just like that, to be on the street begging. And so why should we do that? If the situation is overwhelming us, why don't we call in the United Nations to come to our help, to come to our aid, so that they will set up camps for them and then probably divide them. In Europe here, when the foreigners, those who were coming from Libya, when they came to Italy and the situation was getting too much for the Italians, they asked for help from the European Union and they divided the immigrants according to the numbers and others. So some were sent to Germany, some were sent to how do you call it, France, some were sent to other areas in Europe. And I remember even Poland and Hungary, they were saying that they were not going to accept even one refugee. They stood up against that.
Wow.
And so why should Ghana keep quiet? Ghana is a small country with limited resources. Even those of us from Ghana.
Yeah, so it's more or less like that is the kind of advantage people are now taking to, infiltrate countries that are not qualified to even be in the first place.
Yeah. It's true. You see, people are taking advantage to just come. And the president, Mahama, says Ghana is open to all. Why? Why should Ghana be open to all? Everybody should come in. Should come in to do what? They should come in to do what? You don't even have a place for them to sleep, to live. You don't have the infrastructure, that is hospitals, schools, and some of our children are still struggling. They don't have places to go to school. Our schools are choked. In a classroom, I remember some years back, a nephew of mine came to me. So I had to find a place for the nephew to go to school. And so they requested, the Italian authorities, the school authorities, requested for hair reports. So I requested for it. They brought it to me from Ghana. And when I sent it to the school authorities, they look at the number of people in the class. I think they were about almost more than 50 in a class. Then they said, why? Why should so many children be 50 children in the class? 50 school children in one class. And so they were surprised that such a huge number of children should be grouped in one room and they should be in that class. In Europe, maximum is about 25. 20, 25, one class. And so they were surprised. I said, well, that is Africa for you. You see, so we have limited resources.
Wow.
We have to manage it. Yes, we have to manage it according to the number of people that we have. Our prisons are choked. Are we going to build more prisons? Are we going to ask our mothers who are selling under the scorching sun in Ghana to pay more taxes to build more prisons for people that they don't even know where they are coming from, or to build camps for people who are not?
And now even the prisons are getting choked with foreign criminals.
Yes, foreign criminals. Why don't you export them? How do you call it? Deport them to their home countries. Make an arrangement with their countries of origin and send them back. You take their fingerprints, you take their photos, and then you send them back. Why keep them in our prisons?
But
when
you
see, don't have
even in this case, it's laudable. It's laudable, like you are saying, to send them back. But what's the guarantee these people won't come back into the country? Just like this issue of Aisha One, who was deported from the country, but later on, what happened? She found herself back into the country without even how should I call it, the knowledge of the authorities. Like, they didn't even know she was even in the country. I don't know whether they were aware, but kept a blind eye to it or something. But here's the case whereby she was deported, but she found herself back in the country. And I know there's a whole lot of, especially like these Nigerian criminals who gets arrested all the time. Like, I know definitely when it comes to foreign nationals in our prisons, I'm sure they will be number one. But these guys sometimes gets deported and find themselves back into the country. It's more or less like we don't have any database on anybody entering and exiting the country. So anybody comes, goes, comes back, even when they get deported, they re-enter the country without even the knowledge of authorities. So do you think so do you think what you are suggesting, that they getting deported is really going to solve that issue? Because mind you, they can find themselves or get themselves back into the country without the system even noticing them.
When it comes to data, I don't think we have the data system working in Ghana. Probably it's working for Ghanaians, but for foreigners, they can. It's not, when they come in, it's not working for them, because even the statistical services in Ghana, some years back, I remember, I think it was the early days of Rawlings Revolution, or the later years of Champon or Akufu's government, where the statistics agency was asked to come out with certain figures. And so the figures they provided, it was a bit, people were doubting it. So they brought in experts from outside. They came in and they gave the right figures. And now the statistical agency in Ghana, they had to come out and say, oh, they lack equipment, they lack this, they lack that. It's always like that. And so let's leave that aside. Yeah. If the government is serious, if the government is really, really, really serious, what they have to do is first to tighten our borders. ECOWAS, free borders, free entry, yes. But people who are coming in should be identified, what they are coming to do at our borders, what these people are coming to do. You don't just allow anybody at all to just come. If Europeans, they have the EU, European countries, they have the EU. I can travel, go to France, take a train and go there. But at a certain point, the conductor will come in, will come to the train, will come on the train and check your ticket and check your ID card. And so why can't we do that?
Oh.
Yes. The other day I was, when was that? Was it last 2 years or something like that? I was traveling to Italy on a bus. You know, between Germany, where we were passing Austria, Switzerland, and at the border, they checked us. We stopped there, the police came in, everybody had to show his or her ID card before they were allowed to go. You don't have to be allowed to just come in just like that, simply because you are an ECOWAS citizen. Why? You are moving from one country to another country. You are a foreigner. You are an ECOWAS citizen, yes, but you are a foreigner in Ghana. If I go to Nigeria, I'm not a Nigerian.
What I even wonder is, do the authorities or the immigration even check the criminal backgrounds of these individuals before allowing them into the country, or they just allow anybody into the country just because they belong to, or they are
they don't even check their passport, let alone getting to check their criminal backgrounds. And you see, we are joking. You see, the way I handle on mine, sending I handle on mine, a year say I'm sure we are sitting on a time bomb. If you don't take care, we will be taken by surprise, and we will be overwhelmed. Even the crisis that happened in Liberia and Sierra Leone, what is going to happen in Ghana will be worse than that. On a serious note, I'm not joking. Yes, I'm not joking. What happened in Liberia will be worse in Ghana when it comes to this civil strife and how do you call it, the civil war and other things. If we don't take care, because Ghanaians, first of all, we are not, we have not seen war on our soil before. Nigerians, they've had a civil war. Liberia, Edom. Sierra Leone also, they've had a civil war. Yeah, Sierra Leone. And there were some kind of skirmishes in Ivory Coast when Hufed Boigny died. And now we have the northern neighbors, the Burkinas, and they're fighting jihadis and other things. Ghana, we've not had anything like that before. So, yes, the Sahel regions, they are going through that program now with Boko Haram. In Nigeria, they've had civil war, and then they are also fighting this Boko Haram and other things. Ghana, we've not had anything like that. So we are actually, how do you call it? We don't know anything when it comes to this sort of things. I'm talking about the citizens. And so the our security agencies, they are not combat ready. I will tell you this. Our security agencies are not combat ready to face such situations. Just look at our soldiers and this. Look at their stomachs and they can't even run 1 mile. They cannot run even 1 mile. They are not combat ready. Our security services are not combat ready because Ghana, we have not had any security issues. That is so serious that people take arms and we have to defend them. So the military, the police, the fire service, and they are not combat ready. And so it's a situation that
are you aware? Are you aware our military force is one of the best in Africa? Let me say Africa, based on statistics.
Well, probably it might be somewhere during our champions time, but not this time. I don't think. How many jet fighters do we have in Ghana? How many? I remember when during our champions time, I was a teenager, but our champion imported a lot of this thing for the police for security purposes and army tanks and others for the security. So that time, yeah. But well, as at now, when I traveled, I stopped following such things in Ghana. Probably the Americans might have donated certain things to the government, but it's not enough. If somebody donates something to you, what do you know? How do you know? How can you know if they have inserted something in the cockpit or something like that for you? Now, Libya, when the Americans attacked Libya and not the French, when they attacked Libya and they wanted to respond, Gaddafi's men wanted to respond. They grounded their airlines. They removed the remote control. They grounded them because they didn't build it. They bought it from Italy and other areas. So they just came together remotely. They grounded everything and they couldn't move. The same thing they did to Saddam Hussein. And so we don't manufacture such equipments. If they donate something to you, what do you know? Well, say, then maybe I'm the BB over there. A brain banner, one person or one person or to Nikroma now or switch BB or we are joking.
Just like the Chinese built the AU parliament for us Africans, and the leaders, the so-called African leaders, weren't even aware there were some how should I say, secret microphones leaking information to the Chinese.
They inserted gadgets in the building and they were high. You see, Yesubaya ya dete oman ni mu ene sene ayetoto ye nneema fa no ye ho osre ye ho eye sre ankasa so ye ho osre who say at the if Ghana, let's say Ghana was a man or a woman born 6 March 1957, that person will be 69 years. Will be 69 years.
Yeah, 69.
Almost, yeah. In the Italians will say second età. That's the second age. He has past middle age. He might now be having grandchildren, married or something like that. So if a married man or an adult, a grandfather at that level, that age, is still struggling and wallowing, we say, how do you turn that? You can say, oh, you're so B was our age and still
Yeah,
I know who. So why is it that after independence, 69 years after independence, we've still not found our feet on the ground, and we are still struggling? Look, it's not good. It's not good.
It's sad. It's sad.
Our uncles and our fathers, our mothers, they fought against military rule, or they rose up, criticized against military rule, and they introduced this Fourth Republic. For 32 plus years that these civilians have ruled over us, or they've had the chance to rule, what have they done? So what can we be proud of? What have they done as compared to even the 7 years of General Champon's rule? What have these people done? They are destroying the country for us. They have destroyed it. Look at our environment. Look at our school system. Everything is kaput. The health system is kaput. They are destroying the country for us. And so, I don't know. Okay, we can go on to the next question.
Yeah. So, let me follow up with this. So, how does this influx of these foreigners affect local employment and business competition, particularly for the native Ghanaian entrepreneurs?
Well, on all angles, or in all angles, the citizen, the ordinary citizen, the Ghanaian, the indigenous Ghanaian is at a loss. Because even the law says foreigners are not allowed to engage in this retail trading. We see Chinese who are selling roasted corn and roasted plantain by the roadside. Somebody will come all the way from China, thousands of miles or thousands of kilometers away from China, comes to Ghana, set up this thing, and then begin to roast corn to people. And we just look at them. So the ordinary Ghanaian has been rendered powerless. His economic power has been taken away from him. His means of sustenance is taken away from the Ghanaian. And so what at the end, what do we gain from these people? First, they are not contributing to our economy, to our well-being. They come in, they are not investing anything, but they rather come and compound the problems for us. If you go to the Galamsey site, I was told Nigerians have formed the majority there now. And now you go to our markets, they are pushing us out of the marketplaces. Nigerians are selling everything, phone accessories, they are making sobolo, they are doing this, they are doing that, even prostitution. A woman who even wants to do that work cannot even get their business going on, even prostitution. They've taken over. And so, how do we benefit? The Ghanaian is at a loss. The Ghanaian is at a loss. And we think that, I don't know whether people actually know the end result, or they have come to actually analyze, or they have come to know how the end result will be. It's not going to augur well for us. In future, these children, as the guy was saying in the video, these children are going to grow up. Those who have the means to go to school, they are going to enter our army. They are going to be part of the school, the teaching system. They are going to be in the factories, and they are going to rub shoulders with our people. My brother, your line is off.
Mr. Santi, go on, please.
Okay. So I was saying, what is happening in the country now, in future, in 15, 20 years time, in the near future, this is how we are going to live. Those who are in now, these people on the streets who are begging, and some of them who will be able to survive, their children are going to be in our schools, they are going to be in our banking system, they are going to be in our educational system, the medical field and others, and they are going to rub shoulders with the ordinary Ghanaians. And so we know our people, how corrupt the system is. If we don't take care, now we're going to have a doctor, let's say at Tema General Hospital, and the medical official there is going to be a Fulani person. And so you Ghanaian, you go there, and then a Fulani woman or a Fulani guy comes there, and they make sure that the equipments that are available, they give it to the Fulani, and you, the Ghanaian, will be on the floor. The children of these people who are on our streets, in future, they are going to be part of the Ghanaian society. And it's not that they are going to add value to our society. They are rather going to take away, to subtract from us. Because, like I said before, Africans are a people who do not want to integrate when they travel outside their home country. Now, when you come to Europe here, you see Nigerians always grouping themselves together as Nigerians, Ghanaians grouping themselves together as Ghanaians, and it's the same thing that they do. Omotete hono, one sorry, obeka chiro say ono oye Fulani, enti no ohun Ghana ni a ogunu say oye eyini, ono no ye nipa sen. And Fulani for Yebenya pockets of, we're going to get pockets of countries within Ghana. We're going to get a Fulani community in Ghana. Then we have the Hausas there in Ghana. We have the so-called Yoruba people there in Ghana, the Igbos community in Ghana.
It's like everybody, it will get to a point, it will get to a time, it will seem more or less like everybody will try claiming a community
a portion of Ghana. Yes.
Yeah.
A portion of Ghana.
Yeah, yes. Something like that. Yeah.
Somebody was telling me, sorry. I think one sister was telling me something either today or yesterday, that there's a place where somewhere in Brownhalf or something like that, I think Techiman or some place, I've forgotten the place. He was telling me there are some people, these Wangara people who are there, who are now claiming the land there, and they even want to distill the chief there in that area. Just look at that. They want to distill the chief there. Yes, you see it. And so this is what we are going to. We are going to go through. And we Ghanaians, we have to rise up. If the government is not doing anything, let's not beg them, or let's rise up, organize ourselves at the local community level and fight for our rights. We don't have to sit down for people to come and overwhelm us. We are on our own land. So why do you have to sit down and then pamper these people or expect that the government should be doing everything? Mahama doesn't want to do anything against, he doesn't want to raise a finger against these people. And so let's organize ourselves and we fight for our rights. We defend ourselves. We defend our land. We are Ghanaians. Why should we be afraid? We have the motto like Apex. We have a motto that citizens should not be afraid. We should not be afraid to demand for our legitimate rights. We, the citizens, should not be afraid to defend ourselves. We, the citizens, should not be afraid to demand justice for ourselves and our children. Why should we sit down and fold our arms and beg the government, beg the interior minister, beg whoever who is responsible to come and do what, for who? If they are not doing it, let's do it ourselves. It's their mandate. We've given them the mandate and they are not doing it. They are not doing it. I don't know if some of these people are not indigenous Ghanaians. I don't know. And so that is why they are favoring them over us. Because a true Ghanaian, I don't think a true Ghanaian will act in such a way. Why should we allow people to come and overwhelm us on our own?
It's more like you don't see the edge of, like how should I even put it? Like you don't see, like, their actions speaks otherwise when it comes to having a love, showing a love for the country. Yeah, protecting the country. So it's more, sometimes they bring up policies and you wonder if these people are true Ghanaians.
Ghanaians, yes. Exactly. What you are saying is right. They don't care about the ordinary Ghanaian. You see, we have been using ordinary Ghanaian, but ordinary Ghanaian is always ordinary Ghanaian. The ordinary Ghanaian has always been an ordinary Ghanaian. And the situation is getting worse for him or her every day, for the ordinary Ghanaian. It's too bad. It's too bad. And the last two administrations, Akufo-Addo's administration and this present administration, they've led the country down. I don't think Professor Atamers will have done such a thing. No. Atamers wouldn't have accepted such a thing. No.
Yeah. All right. So lastly, let me pick your thoughts on this, since we are speaking about Africa and stuff. And Ghana is now trending like massively, So if I should ask, like, and we know Ghana is also kind of like pushing the Pan-Africanism, trying to champion the Pan-Africanism and all that, which has even gone to the extent by the presidents now opening the borders for every African countries, every African national to enter Ghana, be it legally or let me say, okay, for the government, they are claiming legally people should legally enter into the country, but we know for a fact a whole lot of them are illegally entering the country. And some are definitely going to be coming from the Sahel and all that, So if Ghana is really championing or truly championing Pan-Africanism, then how is Ghana leveraging, its influence within the economic community of West African states, that's the ECOWAS, to address democratic backsliding and security threats in the Sahel region.
Yes, kwatri kwasa obema atade ayati anything. Now, let's begin from here. If I build a machine, and during the course of building that machine, you were not there, I built everything and hand it over to you, will you be able to operate the machine?
No, unless you teach me how to go about it.
Unless I teach you how to. Very good. Pan-Africanism is not an African ideology. Pan-Africanism did not begin on the African soil. It was not initiated by the African himself.
Really?
I'm telling you, Pan-Africanism started in the Caribbean, in the US.
Oh.
Marcus Garvey and other people. I can give you the whole story.
Yeah.
Why do you take on something that you did not initiate? That is the reason why I asked you, if I build a machine, whilst you were not there, and I give you that machine, if you can operate it. And so to take that name for yourself, and then say you are this, you are that, you are not going to, you won't know how to manage it well. And back to your question, this Pan-Africanism is not going to work. It will never work. The African continent is made up of several thousands of languages, of tribes. And even in Ghana, one way or the other, we have been able to coexist. But even sometimes, look at what happens in the north. The Nanumbas and the Kokombas.
There are still some frictions and stuff. Yeah.
Some frictions and skirmishes here and there. So how do you expect that a Zulu man can coexist with an Igbo person? These people are two aggressive people on the African continent. And then when we come to the cultural wise, let's take the Igbos who are in Ghana and compare it to the Ashantis these people are also culturally too sensitive. We are not going to, it's not going to work. How can you mix a corn with, how do you call it? Rice or even apples? We have not been able to coexist among ourselves. In Nigeria alone, how many languages do we have in Nigeria? How many tribes do we have in Nigeria? They themselves are even struggling to live on that piece of land called Nigeria. And so how can we in Ghana live with them? When you go to even Kenya, they have two tribes. The major tribe there is Kikuyu. They even have frictions among the other, and then the Obama's father's tribe. Tribalism is so deep-rooted on the African continent. And then you want to talk about Pan-Africanism when you did not even initiate it. Are you joking? We did not initiate Pan-Africanism. It was just brought to us. These people who came to Ghana, one of them is even buried at Osu Cemetery. Dubois and the other guy. They are the people who brought this idea. Nkrumah was there and he learned it from them and other things. Look, I don't want to go too far and say certain things that may sound a bit offensive to our Caribbean brothers or our brothers in the US and other things. When you go to the ghettos, when you go to the ghettos like South Side, Chicago South Side and other things, you see that kind of thing. Oh, we are this, we are that, we are this, we are that. But the successful Black Americans, the successful African Americans, have you ever heard them nominating that word, even saying that? somebody like Steve Harvey or or even Oprah Winfrey, for example, or any of the Jacksons, Janet Jackson, Denzel Washington, and Morgan Freeman, and other people. Those the successful ones. Have you ever heard them mentioning that?
No.
Some people can't answer because they know that it's not going to work. A black American is an American. He can come to Ghana on holidays and other things. But if you ask him to come to Ghana even to live, not all of them will come. Not all of them will come.
But in recent times, some have relocated to Ghana, and you can see some of their videos all over social media.
It's just a fraction. Some come and then they will go, and some also they will come. Like, let's say if I have money, I can go to the Caribbean, buy a small cottage or a holiday house there where once or twice in a year I will go there with my family, stay there for some time, enjoy the weather there, and then come. Yeah. This to me is what some of them are doing. It's only a few people
more or less
who
like visiting on occasions, holidays and stuff.
And go back to it. And then how do you know whether some of these people who are coming there are security service agents? How do you know? Kwame Nkrumah was overthrown. Kwame Nkrumah was overthrown because a black man was the American. They appointed a black American, to be the ambassador in Ghana at that time, and Nkrumah was overthrown. Look, we are biting more than we can chew, and I'm sorry that people don't see it. Why don't we remain Ghanaians? We are Ghanaians. Why don't we remain Ghanaian instead of trying to be the maternity ward of the whole African continent? A small country like Ghana, the size of Switzerland, and we want to carry the whole African on our head. We've been for centuries. We've been mining gold in Obuasi and some other areas, Akwatia, diamonds, and all that. Now compare Akwatia, Obuasi to cities like Johannesburg, Pretoria. Well, the whites, they were there. Look at their living standard and compare it to us. What have you done with the resources that we've been taking from our soil? Has the ordinary Ghanaian benefited from that? These are some of the questions, some of the issues that we have to sit down and think of instead of Pan-Africanism. What? It's an illusion. It's not going to work. Yes, it's not going to work. Look, the Ethiopians, those from Eritrea and others, they consider themselves as Arabs. The North African,
those are the northern parts of Africa.
Oh yes, the Moroccans and the Tunisians, Egyptians, they consider themselves as Arabs. They don't even want to identify themselves with Africans. And we think Africa should be one country. Oh, if you have lived with them, you know how they behave. You go to Tunisia and as a Ghanaian, and they will make you look. They will tell you are a Ghanaian. You are a foreigner on their land. Even Mauritania, yes, those of our brethren who pass through the Mango Parkway when they walk from Burkina through Mauritania, through the desert, they go to Libya. Ask them, and they will tell you the treatment they give to them. And you want to be in Ghana trying to be the maternity ward for the whole African continent. Are we crazy?
Wow.
We are not thinking. Go to Gabon.
From the look of things, it seems we really have a very long way to go.
We have a long way to go. And this Pan-Africanism thing, It's not going to work. We did not initiate it. It was initiated by the Caribbeans and the Black Americans. And so the theory that you don't have anything to do with it, then you go and take it and say, oh, you Pan-Africanism. If it initiated on our continent, yes, then we know the reason why that thing came about. The Pan-Africanism was initiated because Marcus Garvey, when he set up that Black Star Line in the Caribbean, he wanted to bring the black people from diaspora to come to Africa. That is why that was initiated. It was not initiated by any African. Kwame Nkrumah went there and just team up with some of these people. When Dr. Martin Luther King, the civil rights leader, when he was fighting for the civil rights in the US, he was not fighting for them to come to Ghana, but he was fighting for equal rights for the Black Americans living in the US.
Yeah.
He was not fighting for the Black to relocate to Africa. They have been there for centuries. And so they are our brothers.
It was more or less, it was more like liberating them.
Yes, liberating them so that they can have equal rights, just like the whites.
Yeah.
And so, why do we like this Rastafari movement that some of our youth, they copy it, these dreadlocks and that thing. They don't understand it. Even the Jamaicans themselves, in church, I was explaining it to 2 or 3 Jamaicans one day, that look, this thing you are doing, I'm a Ghanaian. It originated from West Africa, and I can explain it to you. So they asked me to explain it to them, and I explained it to them. I said, you guys don't know what you are doing. Like in the Bible, it says we worship what we know, but you guys worship what you do not know. When Jesus Christ met the woman at the well in John chapter 4 or something like that, the Samaritan woman. The Samaritan woman told Jesus, you said Jerusalem is where we should worship, but our fathers worship on this mountain. And Jesus' answer was, you worship what you do not know, but we worship what we know. And so why take on something that you do not know? Yes. Why copy it? Why don't you fashion yours, improve on yours, and then try to manage yours well so that you can live in peace with yours and live at peace with yourself on your own land? I don't know. We have to do some kind of soul searching among ourselves as Ghanaians. The way the road our country, our leaders have embarked is very dangerous for the country. I won't lie to anybody. The kwanya yempanifo no de enam so no musukwan abusudie na musukwan na omo de enam so enye babia ye di eti akere no emfa ye nkwohwe de ohaw ne amane na bebre.
All right. Wow. So we've had a very fruitful conversation today. And I know you, the viewers, are probably like yearning for more and stuff. But time is also running. So
we
would like
continue
to end
another time.
Continue another time. And please subscribe if you haven't done that. Subscribe to the channel, like, and please share the video. The sharing is very important as well. Share and leave your comments in the comment section. We'll get back to you. One day we'll come and just address issues being discussed in the comment section, one by one, and we'll see the way forward from there. And Mr. Asante, please, your last words to the viewers, before we zoom out.
My shout out to everybody, to Apex, and then to all
Apex.
your subscribers, Apex subscribers too. Please share our videos and then subscribe. That is ACGH News, Apex Citizens of Ghana News.
Yes.
ACGH
So
News.
if you are watching this on Rush Online, you can as well search for ACGH News on YouTube,
and then subscribe.
You are
subscribe to
equally
our
going to
talking
get
points.
a whole lot of this kind of content on there as well. No, that's
On
our
the
sister
Apex,
channel.
Apex
So
platform.
you can.
And then my
That's
last
the
word
Apex platform.
My last word to Ghanaians, countrymen, please, 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 let's rise up to the occasion and defend our country, because we have only one Ghana. And if we allow foreigners to come and destroy the country for us, we have nowhere to go. Countries bordering us, they speak French, and we don't speak French. And I don't think even we want to speak French. We are Ghanaians, so please, let's come together and defend our country. Thank you, Mr. Rash.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So this is where we draw the curtain, and please watch out for the next episode. So until then, please have a good night, good day, or good morning, and see you in the next one. Peace out.